Jy's ingeskakel op Goeiemôre, Good Morning. In 2006, high-altitude adventurer Robby Kojetin had a bad climbing accident resulting in 2 broken ankles and was told that his climbing days were behind him. However, since then, he's climbed Kilimanjaro 9 times, completed the Ironman triathlon, and become one of a handful of people to successfully summit Mount Everest, amongst others. Morning, Robby. Thank you for your time and lekker to have you with us again. Good to see you, by the way, I must say. Let's just go back before we talk about you jetting out to Denali this evening, which is a very short time away. Talk to me about the accident. What happened?
So it was actually, I wish it was more kind of courageous and adventurous, but I took a fall at an indoor climbing gym and I landed on the safety mat. I wasn't roped up because I was maybe 2 meters off the ground, safety mat below me, and I landed on it wrong. My feet went between 2 blocks of foam and they met with the concrete and my feet literally folded backwards. And I had 9 breaks in my left foot, 14 breaks in my right foot.
How the heck did you come back from that and then do what you've done since?
The answer to that is very slowly. If we count the time from the accident to when I summited Everest, it's 928 days. And the only way I can kind of explain it is I did it in tiny little bites. My late mom taught me to eat elephants, you know, 1 bite at a time, never stop chewing, and expect some hiccups along the way.
Talk to me about doing Everest. It is the tallest of them all. Is there something extra special about those? Because you've done some other ones in the meantime too, and you've attempted 1 or 2 other ones too. Talk to me about when you hit the summit at Everest.
The summit of Everest is so hard to explain. To the people complaining about the cold this morning, it was minus 47 degrees. With the wind chill, it was probably closer to minus 60, 30-kilometer-an-hour winds. But it was the best 22 minutes of my life. I literally got there. I sat down next to the summit post and said thank you to my Sherpa, Lakpanuru. There were photos, cameras all over the place. They were filming a documentary on us, and I had to contend with a camera in my face as well. But every emotion I've ever felt, you know, the pressure of everyone watching from back home to the dream of a lifetime. I mean, I wanted to climb Everest since I was 12 years old. And just all of that moment was just a whirlwind of emotion. And yeah.
Michael Jordan's always talked about the fact that he's had this many failures in shooting, that he's lost this many games, and then the final payoff line is, that's why I'm a success. You've had some failures as well.
Absolutely. I think if we count them up, I might have more than successes. But
there's K2 and then Denali, you've tried a few times.
Yes. So this trip to Denali is my 3rd attempt. The first time, trouble with my ankles. We got into high camp and I was just completely exhausted. I was sore. I was just a lot of inflammation. I had a stress fracture I didn't know about. And so I couldn't go for the summit from high camp. I went back 6 years later and the weather just didn't do what we wanted it to. The forecast was good, that it would clear in the afternoon and we would leave for the summit. But as we were getting ready for the summit, there were climbers that had gone out that morning and collapsed from cold and exposure. And 2 people ended up losing their lives. So we decided this was a bit of a sign. We packed up and headed home.
That, of course, is the problem with your particular sport. You make a mistake, you make a decision mistake, and it's fatal, literally.
Yeah, you have to consider your next step as it could be your last. You've got to think of the long game all of the time. You know, there's nothing about the T-shirt or the coffee cup that says I climbed Mount Everest. It's about getting back down.
And if you look at all of the different things that can go wrong, there are a gazillion of those things. You lose a glove, the crampons don't work properly, one carabiner, and there's trouble.
For sure. I mean, we carry, for example, I carry 3 pairs of glasses because you lose your goggles up there, you drop them, they slide down the slope, they're gone. Might as well be on the moon. You don't have goggles, you go snowblind, you're snowblind, you don't clip to the lines properly, you've got a one-way ticket to disaster.
Let's talk about your book that you wrote with our Minister of Finance here at Goeiemôre, Good Morning, Parallel Summits. And what do you see as a comparison between climbing mountains and financial success?
What was so nice about the process of writing the book is we found so many likenesses and so many things that are common between both processes, from preparation to knowing your team, who you're going to work with up on the mountain, or you're dealing with your future in both cases. You know, one mistake can affect many years to come. And it was just such a nice exploration, and it really isn't a far stretch to get the 2 to line up perfectly.
Denali, you're flying out this evening. Talk to me about that, because it's not called Denali for nothing. It rhymes with Nali.
Gnarly, yes. And if you just swap 2 letters around, you also get denial. Highest point in North America, also known as the coldest mountain in North America, because of its position on the Earth. We're 90 k's outside of the Arctic Circle. The atmosphere is thinner there, so despite it being 6,900 meters high, it's going to feel like 7,500, which is the kind of borderline as to where we would go on oxygen, but no oxygen this trip.
And how long are you going to acclimatize before you plan to hit the top?
So it's a bit of a process. They drop us on the glacier. They literally fly in, land us on the glacier and fly out. And we're there with our sleds and our backpacks for the next, it could be up to, we're planning for anything up to 28 days. But it's possible, if everything were to go according to plan, we could do it in 13 days.
And it's all self-supported. There's no Sherpas this time.
There's nothing at all. It's just me and my team.
What made you go back this time?
Oh, wow. A number of reasons. I'm completing the 7 summits. When I get this right, this will be number 6 of 7, leaving only highest point in Antarctica left. And I'm doing it for some special people. My late friend, Alan, who we were on K2 with, as well as my late mum. This one's for her.
Best of luck. We really, really hope it goes well. And our prayers and thoughts are with you. And good luck with the book as well, Parallel Summits.
Much appreciated. Thanks.
You can get the book at most of the leading bookstores. It's called Parallel Summits, Mastering the Art of Money. So wonderlike lees. Remember, this interview will also be available on our YouTube channel later today. Right after this, we'll be chatting to Rigan Brissou. Dit beteken, jy moet nie ver weggaan nie, en as jy nou nog nie daai tweede koppie koffie gehad het nie, miskien is dit nou sulke tyd. Jy kyk na Goeiemôre, Good Morning. Indeed, Goeiemôre, Good Morning.